Hi, Miss Angela from the Tunkhannock Library. Happy Earth Day. Today, for Earth Day, we're going to do a craft. We're going to upcycle some leftover newspaper. Now, if you don't have any newspaper at home or anything laying around, we do have some newspaper at the library. Just stop on by. You can get a bundle to do this craft. No problem. And we're going to go step by step and walk you through making a newspaper basket. So I'm going to switch the camera so you can see what I'm doing with my hands, and then we'll go from there. So again, happy Earth Day. Let's get started.
All right, so Earth Day. So we're going to upcycle and make a basket out of newspaper. So what you want to do is you're going to need a couple paper clips, some scissors, newspaper, and a glue stick, and a pretty brand new glue stick because you're going to go through quite a bit of glue actually. So a glue stick or two. So with your newspaper, to get started, you want to cut strips, and you want to cut them into thirds. So what I did is I folded my newspaper into thirds. And then you can cut along your folded edge. So you have piles of 3. Then from there, you want to take one of your pieces of newspaper, and the ones with the fold, I cut them as well. So when you open up your paper, you'll have a section with a fold. I go ahead and cut down that fold as well. So that'll make 2 pieces. So you grab a piece of your section of your paper, just like so. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold it into thirds again so that it looks like this. Let's do it. So you want to fold in, glue, okay, fold in again, 3 folds, glue that down, so you end up with strips like this. Now, from here, you're going to fold it again. So you're going to fold it in one more time, and glue it. So that you have strips that went from this, folding it 3 times, to one more time to that fold. And you're going to need 18 of these. So you're going to want to fold a bunch. And that's going to be the time consuming. It's going to take a little time, and you're going to fold 18 of them once you get a pile. Once you have 18, then you can get started on the weaving part. So you want to line up, let me make sure I'm doing this right, place 6. And glue stick works the best. You can use school glue. I use school glue on these. They kind of bubbled up a little bit. So I highly recommend a glue stick. It's less messy, dries faster, and kind of gives you a better, kind of flatter fold. So that would be the best glue I would suggest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 6. And then we're going to use 6 more strips. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To start our weaving. So now we're going to weave each through horizontally, one by one, going over and under the vertical strips, starting in the middle. Each new strip should follow the opposite path of the one above. Okay, so we have our 6. Line them up pretty well. And now we're going to start in the middle to start weaving. So you want to go opposite. So if you start above, then you want to go below, above, below, under, above. That first one, once you get that one, they'll line up, don't worry. So, wait, something's wrong. What's wrong? Should always be the opposite. So this one's laying on top, that one's below. Okay. So let me do this. Okay, see how that? Top, down, top, down, top, down. See how they're all different? That's your weaving pattern. So then you continue. So you went below, now you'll go above. And see how I went the opposite? The opposite of what? So that's how you're weaving. That's the pattern you continue. And don't worry, you can adjust. We'll line all them up and get them lined up perfectly once we're done, once you get them weaved through. So they'll look a little crooked right now. That's okay. We'll line them up. You'll get them nice and square. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more, 6. And then we'll fix them all. Okay, so now we have 6. So let's line them all up nice. Everything's the same. Okay, now we've got them all weaved together, lined up here, lined up on all the sides. Everything's lined up and pushed together. Now you want to grab your glue stick and you're going to glue each of the 4 corners of the square together between the paper to help keep the base secure. So like this. Doesn't hurt to add a little glue here. Okay, so we have the 4 corners glued. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So now we're going to add some height. We're going to take a new strip of paper. And leaving about 1/2 inch tab of the newspaper sticking out from one end. You're going to take your paper clip and attach the strip underneath one of the corners. And then the paper clip will hold it in place. So we're going to start building up. So take your paper, your strip, paper clip it to one of your outside corners. I put it on the outside. You can put it on the inside. You're going to do the opposites. So whatever you did, we'll do in the inside the next strip. And now you want to weave. So we went outside. Inside. No, sorry, that's wrong. Do the opposite. It's always the opposite. So every other will go inside. And as you're moving along too, you can kind of gauge where your corners will be. I kind of give it a little fold to give you that. So weaving every other. See how it's every other? So I left off on an outside, one with the outside, so this one has to go on the inside. Outside, inside, outside, inside, every other. And the ones that you can kind of give them a little bend so they're kind of standing up. Now you've made one complete strip around the bottom. And what you want to do is glue the extra inside your basket. See, I tucked it inside, glued it, and I'm going to put the paper clip back on, just like that. See how I tucked it inside and glued it? That's your first strip around the bottom. Now, you take another one and you do it again, except this time, see, we started on the outside. You get your second paper clip. And we're going to start on the inside, paper clip it. I'll show you. See, start on the inside of your paper. And we're going to do the opposite. We're going to weave all the way around. So the one sticking out will now be sticking up. Once you get it weaved around, you can kind of pull it a little tighter to fit the shape. And again, I'm going to tuck it in, tuck my little tab in, glue it. And put the paper clip back on. And you're going to continue around, moving all the way up around, weaving some height to your basket. So we've been weaving, so we have now 5 strips. We're going to do one last strip up. And as you can see, I went outside, so now I need to go inside. So I pulled the paper clip from the bottom one, and we're going to do it on the inside like so. Let's put a little glue on the end. Glue it, and then paper clip to hold it, just like that. And now you follow your pattern of weaving. Okay, we've made it all the way back around. So now we're going to fold our piece in. And glue it. put it back in place with the paper clip. Now you can go and kind of shift all of your strips, kind of put them in place, because sometimes they get out of place when you're weaving. So you can kind of work them down so they're down a little bit further. Okay, now what you'll want to do to finish the top is, so this one's on the outside, I'm going to fold it in. And then you have one that's on the inside, and I'm going to fold that out. So then I'll show you with the one out. You're going to tuck it in your next weave so it looks like that. Then you go tuck in. That'll help get this top. So go in, out, in, out, like that. And now you tuck your folds all the way in, all the way around your basket. So in, out. So we'll do another one. So see how we folded this one out? Tuck it into this row here. It's just like that. The inside, then you'll tuck them in the inside. And you'll go all the way around the basket. Okay, so we have folded our top pieces down. I have one left. And this goes in, so I'm going to tuck it in, fold it in, tuck it in, one of our loops. Okay, so now we have what's left of when we started, and when we folded it back, we could have a couple of these longer pieces. So what you want to do is you just want to trim those off down to where it lines up. Don't cut your other, I almost did. Cut your extra strips here on the side where we started. And there you have it, your upcycled newspaper basket for Earth Day.